Yo, what up YouTube, man? It's your boy Kapone. I'm back with another video. I'm gonna talk about like some real stuff that I ain't really been talking about, like not real, like some like really that people really don't know about yet. But yeah, I'm back to it. But today we're gonna be talking about like divide and conquer. And like if you don't know what that is, it's like a tactic that people use like to divide like a peoples or like a society. But the people really ain't really aware of that. But I'm gonna tell you like more about it and all that. Yeah, man, divide and conquer. Like you can really like kind of try to like picture it. Like just listen to it. Divide and conquer. Like really, you can really just as you like read like saying it out loud, you can really like understand like what's like behind the meaning of that. But yeah, let me get to it. You know, as like I've been learning about a lot of stuff. Like I'm saying, like all like 2020ish, like 2019ish, or late 2019ish. Man, it's been a lot of like different things I've like learned about, like my very like past video, like environmental manipulation. That's something I learned about, like being aware of my environment, like how like to not let it affect me like in no type of way and all that. And it's gonna be a lot more. But, today we're gonna be talking about divide and conquer and all that. But yeah, let's get to it. Like so, like don't you know like it's always like it's always yeah, like I said, don't you know, like it's always like a opposite of something, or like just something like reverse from something. Like basically, don't you know, like you got straight people, who like the opposite gender, and then you got gay people, or let me use that in a different term, homosexual people. They like the same gender and all that. It's the label on them that like really that's dividing them. Like putting labels on yourself could really like get you into a lot of like BS and all that. That's why like me, I don't really like to label myself as nothing, like nothing in this world. I just label myself as like Q1, me, Kapone, Kiwi, whatever. Then you got like black versus white, Democrat versus Republican, you got rich versus poor. It's all these different labels, and that really like divide like the people, us like humans. It's really dividing us. And like we don't see it that way. We just see it like it's these labels that really divide us. And you got like basically like Democrat and Republican, like presidential and all that. People choosing a side, like if they want to be a Democrat or they want to be a Republican, and that's already division right there. That's a way they divide the people. Like to make them go against each other. Like you voted for him, you voted for him, like basically like Trump, he a Republican. Who I think is Joe Biden a Democrat? I'm not sure. But if he is, yeah, you got them. Like already, if you voted for Trump, the people who voted for Joe Biden already dislike you for just voting for Trump. That's like division right there. It's like firsthand right there, division right there. It's just like divide and conquer. They divide you and they conquer you without you really knowing about it. It's like it's like a mental it's something that got to do with your mental that you really can't really see yet. That's why you gotta look at stuff like from third person point of view. You gotta really see things from like what it is and not, like when you go to like rallies and stuff, you got people holding Democratic signs, Republican signs, and like they got red and it's blue, it's all types of division and all that. And like gay versus straight, and then like this going on, who knows, this has been going on for the longest, gay versus straight people, straight people don't like gay people because, like whatever they do, gay people don't like straight people because they dislike them for being gay, I don't really want to get into that one, but I'll get into like black versus white too. But black versus white, already know how this one goes. Like it's so many movies, videos, people talking about like white people versus black people and all that. And, I made this picture based on like divide and conquer. Like, look, I made this picture based on divide and conquer. It kind of seems so funny, but like on this side, you got the hood and all that. You got the weed, you got the gun, you got the alcohol, and you got like the teardrops. I forgot what these meant, but they meant something. But yeah, then you got like the dark, just dark. Then you got like F12 and all that, the Ben sign. Then you got the suburbs, the good side, I mean, let me go back to this. The dreads I made, they're supposed to be like bullets, because they're yellow. Then you go to this side, you got the suburbs. You know, you got both of the genders. You got the girl, you got the boy. You got this book say chance. You know, they got chance. You know, black people. You know, us stay in the hood. We don't really got too many chances like that. Then you got money, all this money they flowing around. You got silver spoon, like you basically get the point. You know, you got the green grass on this side is fire and shit. You know, the money sign, all that, the sun out, suburbs, sign straight. You basically see like the hood and the suburbs is divide and conquer. You know, we don't like the white people because like what they got. You know, they got stuff that we probably will never see in our life because we stay in the hood. You know, and they look at us like we destroying the community, like destroying the world and all that, but not all of them white people seeing like that. Some like most like the kids and the teenagers, like things like real cool, you know, like the things we do in the hood and all that. But yeah, you basically get the point, like what goes like in the picture. Now let me just do it again though. Got the division, the line, and two sides, the hood and the suburbs, and like two things like, you know, you already see like the division. Yeah, you see like the division, like I'm saying, man. You got F12, you know, on the police. I mean, on the suburbs, you know, they pretty cool, you know, the police, because they ain't gonna be like that when them white people. But when they in the hood, you know, black people, you know, they be ducking, dodging, running, whatever, you know, or just me mugging the police, because, you know, we know how the police get down. But, yeah, then you got, I'll basically get the picture. Then you got him, you got him on this side, he's smiling, a little smirk. Then on this side, like bleeding and all the blood and all that. It's just saying, man, we can't really judge, like, it's hard to, like, judge somebody, like, because we don't really know what they been through, or, like, what they going through right now, and all that, you know. But, yeah, then, like, rich versus poor. You got the rich side, then you got the poor side, you know. You got, poor people don't dislike the rich people because what they get, and they never try to help them. They never try to, like, get them a handout or nothing. Then they're like, then the poor people, then the rich people don't like the poor because they think they just some bums on the street and like they way above them. You know, reality they the same species. They capable of the same thing. You know, that's the division right there. Just labeling yourself as like I'm rich versus I'm poor. I mean, it's cool to like label. It's cool to rich, but like it's cool to label yourself, but like you know, it's just the division, you know, that it make and all that. Yeah. Let me get more into it. Like it's not even just rich versus, you got middle class, you got poor, middle class, then you got rich. It's three different divisions right there. But and, you know, back to this picture, it kind of combined with rich and poor and black versus white. You know, I don't know if you seen the movie or some of y'all seen the movie like Boys in the Hood, but the Pops, you know, Ricky Pops was just talking about. He was trying to tell like the youth, like the young people, like what's really going on. Like you go you know, around everywhere in the hood, you find a liquor store on every corner, gun stores, whatever. You go in the suburbs, you don't really see that. You know, you don't really see that like off the first hand. But when you go into the hood, that's like the first thing you see. So like, what does your attention, your eyesight see? Like what you see, like what they say, your environment kind of shape you, or like your environment kind of shape you, and like what you see is like what you do, you know, or what you surround yourself with. That's what you go most likely doing. You know, you go to the suburbs, you know, you probably see people riding their bikes, you know, walking the dogs, going to the park and all that. You go into the hood, you see kids doing drugs, all types of stuff. Like then it's like the complete opposite. You know, that's how they like mess us up. They mess you up from before you even born yet. You know, you born into like a society that's built for failure. That's they basically, man, how do you say it? Then like you got vegan versus non-vegan, but that's like how you already understand. You know, vegans like dislike the non-vegan people because they eat meat. You know, you already know what that. I ain't really gonna get into much into that, but then when this whole like COVID-19, you know, coronavirus thing broke down, it created a whole nother type of divide and conquer without us even knowing. You got pro-mask people, you know, people who like for the mask, you know, wear the mask at all times, 24/7. Then you got the anti-mask people like saying, man, you can't breathe with that on. You know, you just making yourself even more sicker. You know, then you got pro-vaccine people who want you to take that vaccine, you know, stop the spread or whatever. Then you got the people, you know, anti-vaccine. They said don't take that vaccine. They trying to chip you, bro. Then you got the people like saying social distance, you know, stay 20, what is it, 6 feet apart? 6 feet apart. Then you got the niggas, the people, you got the people saying non-social distance, you know, they saying like, man, be free, man, be whatever, man. You only live once, you know. Then like that's what I'm like the whole COVID-19. That's what I really I ain't really gonna get too much into like COVID-19. What I believe about it is because I already know like it's already a division, like a big division. Like I don't know how long it's gonna go on. So like really I don't really talk too much about COVID-19 and like my YouTube channel and all that. But yeah, y'all can already see what y'all really like. You know what I'm trying to say about like divide and conquer. Like it's a division that we can't see. It's a mental trick that they use like for us and all that. You know, just all these labels like a border, you know, between the people, you know, like these labels create riots, protests, etc. You know, you got Black Lives Matter, Trump supporters, you got all this type of stuff. Like then it gets deep. You got religion separates people, color separates people. You got they always get deep to the what phone you got separates people. The clothes you wear. All these things separate people. That's why like it's good not to label yourself as none of this because you could get caught in like, you know, BS and all that. You know, we always think like we always think the people in front of us the enemy. Whole time it's like people way above us that's really the enemy. You know, it's like, what is it called? It's like a puppet, you know, like the puppet show, how they be like playing, like, y'all know what I'm trying to say when they be like, man, mess with the puppets and all that. They make like, y'all know what I'm trying to say, man. But yeah, like you gotta really like see things from like a different perspective, like third person point of view. You know, like you gotta see who milking the situation, like who making this like get even deeper than what it really had to be. You know, these protests, these riots. You gotta look at the news, TV, the media, etc. They the ones who milking the situation to make it get real deep. You know, it ain't even have. It probably would have weared off like soon, but you know, the news, the media, the internet in general just milk the situation. That's why you gotta see they the ones who like really making like the situation more than it had to be. You know, that's why like you really gotta like take time off the media. You know, really separate yourself from like, you know, your phone, the internet, all that. You really gotta just separate yourself. You know. Probably like, nigga, go for a walk or something, you know, read a book, work out, you know, go for a run, go chill with your friends, you know. You really gotta like really separate yourself from the internet, cause like it'll really like, it'll really like mess with your brain, mess with the way you think, you know, the way you do things. It'll really do that to you, you know. And I don't know if y'all seen this, hold up. I don't know if y'all seen this quote. Hold on, I'm gonna go to it right now. Alright, I'm gonna read y'all the quote right now. It say, if you go to the southwest desert and catch 100 red fire ants, as well as 100 large black ants, and put them in the jar at first, nothing will happen. However, if you violently shake the jar and dump them back on the ground, the ants will fight until they eventually kill each other. Then like, this is the thing, the red ants think the black ants are the enemy, and vice versa, when in reality, the enemy is the person who shake the jar. That just blew y'all, man. I mean, when I first read that, I'm like, dang. Then it say, like, this is exactly what happening in society today. You got liberal versus conservative, black versus white, like I was saying, pro-mask versus anti-mask. And, like, the real question is, like, to be asking myself, who's shaking the jar, you know? You got to see things, like, from a third-person point of view. Like, you got to look at stuff from, like, way above. You got to literally look at stuff with your heart, you know, your brain, your soul. You know, you got to look at everything, you know. You know, it's an invisible enemy. It's called the silent war. I'm just saying, like, if the government really, you know, like, cared for its people, you know, it would be no poverty right now. It would be no poverty. Like, the government, they got so much money, they could have everybody on a full stomach for thousands of years. Like, thousands. That's how much money they got, you know, stocked up, you know. I'm just saying, like, they really care for us. There'd be no hoods, you know. It'd really be less violence than it is. No wars, nothing. Like, saying, man, you just really gotta, like, self-educate yourself, like, on stuff. Because, like, man, crazy world we live in. You know, money, time, all that stuff is an illusion. You know, money can't really save you if you falling from a building. Money can't save you if you get attacked by a bear. Money can't save you, you know, in like any real situation. Money can't really save you, you know. You know, time really just get real deep. Like I keep saying, it's always good to look at stuff from like a different situation, you know, point of view, because you never know like what happened, you know, who started this, you know, who planned this and or whatnot, you know. That's why it's good to like look at stuff from this situation, all that. I hope this kind of made sense to y'all. And I feel like I was kind of fast with this, you know, kind of rushed through it, you know. It's like it's always like when the day you thinking about it, you really get everything in process in your mind what you gonna say. Cause I wrote a lot of this down. Okay, you know, I wrote a lot of this down, really. But it's like when you know what you gonna say like the day of, but then like the next thing you about to do, you kind of forget what you was about to say. You know, I don't know if it makes sense, but I'm gonna make sure I really edit this real good for y'all though. But yeah, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the 290 boys, man. It's we already at like 20 subs right now, but make sure y'all go subscribe to it right now. Like right now. But yeah, but I hope y'all like this video right now. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. You know, if you aren't already have, you know, share this with everybody, you know, you know. This stuff like we don't really learn too much about in school. We probably do, but make sure y'all share this with one person, you know. But other than that, man, it's your boy Kapone, and I'm out.